Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Have you ever noticed that despite the SEC's, let's call it, apathetic nature when it comes to classifying what XRP actually is, you ever notice that despite that, real-world utility continues to take hold, actual adoption here? What the heck is going on? Well, there's an article here from National Review titled, "Is the U.S. Blowing It on Blockchain?" In short, so far, sort of. I'll tell you what, they could have made it much worse by now. They could have actually, for example, classified XRP as a security, which it certainly, absolutely, unquestionably is not. So I want to talk about this story. I've also got an article titled "Ripple Partner MoneyGram Secures $9 million Investment from Brinks." So lots to talk about here on a fun little Saturday. But before we go any further, if you would please ever so delicately tap that like button, but no need to get smashy with it. Only dorks would smash the like button. Just delicately tap. And go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, the best channel on all of YouTube. Ask Go Mama, she loves you. She'll tell you the truth. That's word. Now, so here's the piece by MB Crypto that I want to run through. Titled, "United States Hesitance Over Blockchain Crypto Regulations Could See It Fall Behind." Blockchain-based technologies and cryptocurrencies are today what the internet was back in the 90s. According to many observers, the dominance and sustenance of the world's major economies depend heavily on their embrace of such technologies. However, such demands often lead to regulatory agencies choosing between oversight and the freedom to innovate, with a middle ground often found wanting. The United States is at such a point at the moment. Very true, but not necessarily the rest of the world. And it's not like it's not as if the United States has come down with some sort of hammer and they're saying no to blockchain entirely. It's kind of how things were in the mid-90s with the internet, where there were some that were saying, hey, this whole internet thing, that gives people access to pretty much any type of information on the planet, could be used for nefarious purposes, and we should shut it down. Well, that's not what actually happened, as you well know. You're utilizing the Webernets right now to hear this beautiful Moon Lambo video. You're welcome. And, there are some that went the other path. North Korea, which has the intranet and does not connect to the outside world. Not for the average individual that lives there, at least. Maybe the government has the internet internally, but not really so much anyone else there. And I don't think the United States is quite going to go that direction. And as far as it pertains to the adoption of XRP, thankfully, despite all this, there is real-world adoption taking place. You've got Bittrex, which is Ripple's official U.S. RippleNet on-demand liquidity partner, so they are an official pool of liquidity there. But, the thing about it is, even though that is quite fantastic, and that is real progress forward, I feel like if there were more clarity around this, there would be a lot more adoption of XRP and on-demand liquidity. At least corridors where one endpoint has to do with the United States. There would be, if there were more clarity, there would be more transaction probably today. To me, it seems like a virtual certainty. Thankfully, look, this is a global phenomenon, though, so it doesn't come down just to the United States, and of course, it would be silly for the United States to just say no to cryptocurrencies in general when the rest of the world is obviously adopting. And what are they going to do? It would have been just as bad, if not worse, than saying no to the internet. Because think about the economic implications. All of the innovation that occurred around that, a ton of it was from the United States. And I don't know how much more of it's going to come from the United States if something isn't figured out sooner than later. But we'll see. All good things in time. The piece continues. And while SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce recently proposed to provide a safe harbor period for crypto token sales, it is perhaps still too soon to say if regulators are really warming up to crypto. And this is what they're talking about here. And I covered this the other day, so I'm not going to run through it again, of course, but I will just mention it in case somebody has missed it. But there's this piece from Cointelegraph titled, "SEC's Crypto Mom Proposes Safe Harbor Framework for Token Projects." And they're talking about Hester Peirce here. Don't know where that Crypto Mom came from, that name. Kind of weird, but that's what they've been running with here. And the concept is that if you're working in the world of blockchain, let's say, perhaps you're launching a cryptocurrency here, the issue with that, especially if you're issuing a coin, that almost by definition, if not exactly by definition, would be a security. Now, of course, when cryptocurrencies become sufficiently decentralized, there's no way it could possibly be a security, especially once the issuer no longer has control over the network. So what is being proposed here, essentially, just in a nutshell, and then I will move on here, is that over a 3-year period, and this is, again, just a proposal, it could change moving forward, over this 3-year period, it gives you freedom, safe harbor. You're not going to be prosecuted for any reason as a result of this. It's, this cryptocurrency that perhaps otherwise would have, in another world without this regulation, been conceived to be perceived to be rather a cryptocurrency. It's not going to be. So you've got 3 years. There's a timer on it. I don't know if the timer for 3 years is the right move, but regardless, the whole concept there is that you're free, and then you just have to get it sufficiently decentralized within the time frame. Right? Anyway, so the piece continues here now. A recent op-ed authored by CEO of Brooklyn-based Consensus Digital Securities, Timothy Fury, expanded on blockchain and crypto regulations in the United States and argued, quote, "Many countries in these markets have smoothed the way for blockchain adoption by making innovative legislative changes, such as a flexible approach to taxation that address the real risks. The U.S. could fall behind these more sophisticated global players, imperiling both our economic competitiveness and national security." And then the piece continues, "It can be argued that in the United States, crypto and digital assets still remain a largely uncharted territory, especially for institutional investors." That's definitely true. If you think about it, it was about a year ago, I don't know if it's been a full year yet, but pretty darn close, to where we got word that the first public pension fund actually invested in crypto itself, quite literally, which is astonishing. It's like that's a big moment, though. The first time that ever happens publicly, and you can see it, it just proves that there are individuals out there that get that this asset class isn't going away, and they want the opportunity for asymmetrical returns associated with this. And now, mind you, of course, it's just a fraction of a percent of the total value of said pension fund, but that's responsible. This is highly volatile. There are unknowns here. But the potential returns could be rather substantial. And these are not stupid individuals. Anyway, this is primarily because of a lack of clarity, with confusion about crypto and blockchain regulations often becoming a barrier to wider adoption. Not going to dispute that. Into the next piece here now. And shout out to XR Precision. He's at XR Precision on the Twitters here, and tagged me along with some others, some of my fellow XRP YouTubers here. And it was this story: Ripple partner MoneyGram secures $9 million investment from Brinks. As the global leader in total cash management, the Brinks company announced today that it had invested $9 million in MoneyGram International in Q4 2019. Brinks has a global network of operations in 41 countries that serves customers in over 100 countries. Some of its solutions include cash in transit, cash management services, ATM services, and vault outsourcing. As we move toward a cashless society, expanding its reach into high-tech money transferring companies like MoneyGram would look like a smart move. The investment is intended to be mutually beneficial for both companies and will create greater opportunities all around as MoneyGram's network expands more than 200 countries. Yeah, indeed, they've got tremendous reach. MoneyGram is actually operating in over 22,000 corridors. Now, just to put that in perspective, since us as XRP holders, we're excited about the adoption of XRP as a bridge currency, no doubt, but it's okay to acknowledge that there's a lot of development that still needs to take place. So again, 22,000 corridors, and we currently have 5 corridors publicly announced, if I'm not mistaken, and you've got 6 pools of liquidity that are cryptocurrency exchange officially announced as Ripple partners. So obviously, technologically, it's all possible here, and we're seeing things ramp up, so just give it some time. Let it bake in the oven a little bit longer here. But I think you're going to hit this inflection point where you see the adoption exponentially increase. That's what I would certainly suspect anyway. Now, according to the release, Brinks Management intends to continue its strategy of aggressively pursuing accretive acquisitions in its core business, while also implementing its internal organic growth initiatives. While Brinks has stated that it has no intention in acquiring a controlling interest in MoneyGram, this type of investment will allow it to secure its business growth in the future. It's also yet another play from a traditional finance firm moving into fintech. Bitcoinist reported last month that payment giant Visa had acquired Plaid for $5.3 billion, as Morgan Creek digital partner Anthony Pompliano commented at the time, quote, incumbent financial words are hard. Let me try that again. Incumbent financial services companies are going to spend the next 3 to 5 years buying up various fintech startups. Yeah, I remember that quote, and look, if you want to move into the forward, you're going to have to change something here. The status quo doesn't last forever, generally speaking. And MoneyGram, mind you, at the moment, I'm just going to pull this up for the sake of it because it's been a while since I talked about this. MoneyGram's stock price is at $2.51, which is notably higher than when Ripple initially partnered with them officially and jumped in. What is that? Oh, I forgot that this stupid website makes videos automatically play. Oh my god, I hate you, Yahoo Finance. Oh, that really grinds my gears. All right, I think I hit pause, so we should be good here. Hopefully that does not happen again. Sorry, that actually startled me legitimately. Anyway, so jeez, I need to quit using this website. So when Ripple came on board with MoneyGram, official partnership announced. I want to say the price for. Oh my god, it's playing more sounds. Oh my. I'm Xing out of this. It's gone. I'm sorry. The bad site's away. It's okay. We're safe now. Anyway, I swear to God, Jesus. You're ruining my video, Yahoo. So, just let me do it on my own. If I'm going to ruin it, let me ruin it. I don't need the interruptions. Anyway, so the price for MoneyGram stock is at $1.39, I want to say, or right around there. So still substantially higher than when... substantially higher now than when the initial partnership took place. And that absolutely was the impetus for this all occurring. That was the catalyst. And who knows what the price would be right now without what Ripple had done, that whole partnership. So just fun. I just thought I'd mention it there. But anyway, I'll wrap up the video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!